organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight on Daily Iowan TV, lawmakers are at a standstill. Find out why next.
It was beautiful and sunny out this afternoon, but be prepared because rain is headed our way.
Spring sports are in full swing. We have the latest in gymnastics, baseball, and softball coming up in sports.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Crosswaite.
And I'm Keaton Fuller.
A recent bill is struggling to make its move towards legalization. A local bill focusing on upping penalties for repeated domestic abusers is stuck in the state Senate, where it is facing an opposition from a victim advocacy group. The group opposes the lengthening of mandatory sentences, and the Iowa Coalition Against Domestic Violence groups say longer sentences will not impact how dangerous the abusers are. The Senate is currently working on changing the bill so it puts less focus on mandatory minimum sentences.
Just 12 days after the deadly terrorist attacks in Brussels, the first planes took flight on Sunday out of the Brussels airport. The airport was shut down for nearly 2 weeks following a suicide bombing in the main terminal that left 16 people dead and many more wounded. Officials are calling Sunday a sign of hope as 3 flights departed from the airport, heading to Italy, Spain, and Portugal. Officials have set up additional security outside of the terminal. Flights to Brussels from the United States have yet to be cleared, and officials say it is still uncertain when flights will resume.
From 3 planes taking off to 1 plane's crash in California, a small private plane had to land early after experiencing problems in the air. The landing spot? A highway near San Diego. California State Patrol say several people were injured and 1 person was killed after the plane crash landed into the back of a car on the side of the road. Oddly enough, the plane was forced to land on the same roadway in February of 2000, again for problems during the flight. The plane was then owned by a Major League Baseball player who said he was surprised to learn about the crash after paying nearly $500,000 to repair the plane before selling it. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating this crash.
Starbucks is looking to fight hunger by donating their leftovers, but our local Coralville and Iowa City Starbucks have been on the trend for quite some time now. Sydney Zatz has more on what both locations have been doing with their food.
Starbucks recently partnered with Feeding America to spread out a campaign over 7,000 stores nationwide to donate their unused and unsold food. But our local Starbucks in Iowa City and Coralville has already been starting the donating trend for a few years now by partnering with Table 2. It all started with a simple phone call back in 2004 when Starbucks was about to open its stores in Iowa City.
A Starbucks corporate called us and had their local manager contact us so that we could set up a time to start picking up product.
Multiple times a week, Table to Table will pick up the food from Starbucks and they take it onto an agency that is able to use the food in the form that it comes in. From there, they are able to individually wrap up the food and to bring it to food pantries and food programs. They're able to distribute it as needed.
Get to see organizations that enjoy that type of thing, like Ronald McDonald House really likes it, and the Hope Lodge really likes it.
Now, last year alone, Table to Table donated nearly 1.5 million pounds of food. About nearly 1,600 of those pounds came from the Starbucks in Iowa City and Coralville. Since Table to Table's start in 1996, about 14 million pounds of food have been donated. Now, that's one way to fight hunger. Reporting from Old Bridge Church, Sydney Zatz, Daily Iowan TV.
An Iowa City favorite, the Hamburg Inn Pie Shake has been a U.S. phenomenon since its opening in the late 1940s. Though many have tried this sweet delight, few know the secret ingredients that make it so addicting. Daily Iowan TV's own Bradley Martin was at the inn and has the story.
On the beaten path of Iowa City lies Hamburg Inn 2, an Iowa City staple and most famously known for its apple pie shake. I'm on the line here with Seth, manager of Hamburg Inn Iowa City, about to make a world-famous pie shake. It starts with grabbing a cool refrigerated pie made by the Amish Bakery a few blocks up the street. After that, Seth adds fresh 2% milk, a high-quality vanilla ice cream, and of course, the secret ingredient, love.
How is it?
That's so, it's like you get apple and you get the creaminess from the ice cream, the texture from the pie crust in here. But it's not all fun and shakes at the Iowa City Diner. Things are changing, including a new owner.
My goal is that a month, 2 months from now, if someone came in, didn't know about the sale of the restaurant, they wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
And since 1948, they continued the tradition of making great food and treating the staff like part of the family.
Absolutely the people. I love the people I work with and the regulars. It's like a big family.
My hopes are to just continue the legacy of the Hamburg Inn. You know, the Panther family that started it back in 1935.
Reporting from Hamburg in Iowa City, I'm Bradley Martin, Daily Iowan TV.
Well, Kean, it definitely felt sunny and 75 out today.
Yeah, Nicole, it was the first day I was able to drive with my windows down this year, and it was fantastic. Let's find out if we can expect more of these sunny days in the weather studio. Sydney?
Well, unfortunately, this week is looking a little bit chillier. It might have been beautiful and sunny Sunday, but we can expect a dreary week here in Iowa City. Monday morning will start off at 36 degrees with partly cloudy skies. In the afternoon, we'll jump up to 42, and things will stay about the same throughout the evening with temps in the mid-40s. But get those umbrellas out and ready for Tuesday and Wednesday because we have a high chance of rain through both days. The cloudy skies will stay around until Thursday with temps hovering right above 50 degrees. Friday will be just a bit chillier with temperatures around the upper 40s, so if you're heading out to see your Hawkeyes play baseball Friday, make sure you bundle up. Now, speaking of baseball, it looks like the New York Yankees home opener Monday afternoon won't be played in the spring-like weather. The New York area is said to have flurries of wet snow and temperatures in the 30s. Now, that's on top of the wind gusts of nearly 50 to 60 miles per hour that they've been experiencing Sunday afternoon. That's your weather for this week. Back to you guys.
Recycling for a Change. Soul Hope of Dubuque, Iowa is a nonprofit organization working to change the lives of children in Uganda by providing them with footwear. Volunteers cut old jeans to make parts of the shoes that will be sewn together, and milk cartons and tires are collected to make more protective parts. The pieces are then shipped to Uganda to be assembled by locals. After assembly, the shoes are taken and given to children in need.
Obesity trends continue to rise. A recent study in the Lancet Medical Journal says that nearly 18% of men and 21% of women will be obese by 2025. If current global trends continue, this means that 1 in 5 people will be obese. However, for the United States, these numbers are even higher. And it's predicted that by 2025, 43% of women and 45% of the men will be obese in the USA. Well, Keaton, the bats were swinging this week for Hawkeye Sports.
They sure were, Nicole, but I'm guessing the windy weather probably wasn't ideal for that. Let's toss it over to the sports studio to find out more with Alyssa.
Thanks, Nicole and Keaton. It was a weekend full of sports here in Iowa City and on the road. The Iowa baseball team traveled to Minnesota for a weekend series beginning on Friday. In the series opener, the Hawks started off strong at the top of the second inning with an infield RBI from Zach Daniels, but unfortunately, Iowa's Gustin Guzzo was the only Hawk crossing home plate as Iowa fell to Minnesota 4-1. With temps barely hitting double digits, Saturday's matchup was postponed to Sunday when the Hawks took on the Golden Gophers in a doubleheader. The Hawks won the first game 6-3 to even the series. Tune in tomorrow for more on the second game of Sunday's doubleheader. Now swinging over to another diamond, Iowa's softball team hosted Purdue this weekend, but fell to the Boilermakers 6-4 in their home opener on Friday night. After a tight battle on Saturday, the Hawks dropped another game to Purdue, coming up short 8-7. On Sunday, Iowa battled back, avoiding the sweep in their 10-3 victory over Purdue. Iowa recorded 3 home runs, one by Aaron Erickson and 2 courtesy of Allie Wood. This win against Purdue is the Hawks' first conference victory so far this season. Staying in Iowa City but moving to Carver Hawkeye Arena, where the Iowa women's gymnastics team hosted the NCAA Regionals on Saturday. The night had an exciting turn of events in the middle of the meet, allowing the Gym Hawks to finish 4th overall and send one talented gymnast to nationals. Katie Sexro and Jordan Maloney have more.
The Iowa Lady Gymhawks arrived to regional Saturday with a mission, and even though they didn't come out on top, they finished strong by hitting details, giving it their all, and having a stellar performance on bars, which kept their energy alive throughout the last event.
The Hawks had a rough start on floor and vault, but after a bye before their next event, the ladies started to compete like a whole new team.
I wanted them to remain who they were, and that was phenomenal athletes. And what they showed on the first 2 events was not that. And so we just went in the locker room and said, here's the deal. You can make the choice to finish how you started, and we all know how we started, or you can finish.
And the girls' bar routines proved that they were ready to finish strong. 6 consecutive sticks with scores all above 9.825, and a 3rd place in beam gave the Hawks a 4th place overall finish and a trip to nationals for junior Molly Drenth. And head coach Larissa Libby says that even though they didn't place first, they gave everyone something to remember them by.
They're going to remember those 6 sticks off bars. They're going to remember a clutch beam team. They're going to remember a packed house. And they're going to remember a qualification to the national championship. And did we accomplish our mission? Yeah. I think so.
Now I'll toss it over to Jordan Maloney, who has more on one specific Gym Hawk who played a key role in Saturday's success.
Thanks, Katie. It's been a stick or miss season for Iowa Lady Gym Hawk Molly Drenth. When it came down to the NCAA regional competition, she flipped the script and the judges' scoreboards. She stuck every landing of the competition and stuck herself a spot in the national championships. The Riverview, Florida native opened up her Saturday competition with a fluid floor routine that earned her a stellar 9.825 and repeated the same score on vault. Following her teammates' impressive bar competition, Drenth recorded a career-high score of 9.9, thanks to some motivation from her fellow Gym Hawks.
That was very motivational, knowing everyone else sticks. I was like, well, I have to stick now too.
Did it add any pressure too, or was it just motivational?
Motivational. It was fun.
But it would be her beam performance that really stood out. And this isn't the first time that the junior has been in this position.
I haven't brought this story up to Molly since 365 days ago. But the last time she was in this situation, she had probably a mistake that was this big on beam. And it cost her going.
With a score of 9.9 on beam, Drenth secured a spot at the top of the podium, tying for first place in the beam event, which she will compete in nationals.
Taking the step to advancing someone on to the national championship is such huge recognition for the University of Iowa.
Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena for Katie Sextro, I'm Jordan Maloney with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Molly is the first Hawkeye to go to the NCAA championship since 2009. The competition will be on April 15th in Fort Worth, Texas. That's all we have time for tonight in sports. Nicole and Keaton, back to you guys at the desk.
That's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Nicole Crossway.
And I'm Keaton Fuller. Have a good night.
Can't pick up a copy of the Daily Iowan? Are you worried about how you're going to find out about the latest news in Iowa City and the University of Iowa? Well, look no further. You can download the Daily Iowan mobile app on your iPhone for the area's best news coverage. And you can also read and watch us on your iPad. You can always find current and past Daily Iowan stories at dailyiowan.com. The Daily Iowan is now on TV, online, and in your pocket. If it happens, it's news to us.
Iowa SJMC.
Want a major that'll take you somewhere? I joined and now I'm in Los Angeles, California, interning for Conan O'Brien at Warner Brothers Studios.
I joined and now I'm working in public relations for diabetes research.
SJMC. Iowa SJMC.
Want a major that'll take you somewhere?
I joined and now I make videos for the university. I joined and now I work for the most trusted news source in America. SJMC.